Good morning, everybody. Happy Martin Luther King Day. Yeah, we all know what happened to Martin Luther King. Same thing that happened to JFK. And the same thing that's happening to targeted individuals, except with us, it's just a slow kill. Anyway, on that jolly note, I'm going to show you something what's going on here in Eastern Kentucky. This is Lorraine Alternative Homesteading. Please hit the thumbs up. Well, first, let me show you. This is the inside of my screen door, not my metal door behind me. My screen door. As you can see, you cannot see through it. Why? You're asking, can I see through the door? What's all that moisture? Well, after the door was installed, the criminals pulled the insulation out from around the entire door. They dented my metal door here. They pulled all the insulation out from here. What is this called? Like a gasket, or I don't know what it's called. But you can see here, they sliced it a little at a time. I've got gaps everywhere. Oh, and they punctured holes here. Imagine that. Look at that. Is that amazing? Now, I don't have any pets living in my house, but I've got some criminal perpetrators that destroy my property. It's extrajudiciary, right? So anyway, I'm going to show you what's going on here, and I apologize. I didn't post anything yesterday. I had another interview or chat with Viral Serb. It'll probably be posted sometime today. I didn't receive the copy yet. I think he probably needs to go through it and edit it. But I'll post that later or whenever I receive it. But it snowed overnight. And the criminals put me to sleep with radio frequencies. They do this every night. But here, this is what it looks like. And the birds don't want to come out. And in fact, the chickens, they get like a little snow blind. They started to fly out of the coop before, and then they just freeze. They get paralyzed. They don't know where to go. Everything is white. You can see here, everything is white. And there's the other chicken coop. Hi, Chirp. Yeah, nobody wants to come out of that coop either, even though I cleared a path, like from building to building. I got to clean one more path here, and you can see some cat footprints and stuff. But here they are. There they are. There's those guineas. There they are. Come on down, guys. It's not so bad. It's not so bad, guys. Hi. Guys, come on down. They're so pissed off. They're so upset, guys. Look at them. There's nowhere to go. We've got snow. And thank you for the people that have been emailing me. I haven't been able to get back to anyone yet. After I got off the Zoom call, or whatever call it's called, meet call, yesterday, I had to take care of the animals, and everything just takes so much longer when you're on like a farm. It's not like you walk out your house. Like, even if you own a regular home, you walk out of your home, maybe you have a garage that's local. I have to walk everywhere. I completely forgot that it was Martin Luther King Day, and I got my trash out, which is probably covered in snow. Yeah, it's probably covered in snow, but I'm not going to go grab it. It'll have to wait until the next time it's picked up. But I was also on the phone yesterday. I spoke to my daughter. I spoke to another targeted person. So, when you get on the phone, the calls sometimes last an hour or longer. I left some messages for people. I know, I hear you. I know. It's horrible. It's a horrible day in the Kentucky neighborhood. But the one thing I'll say is, unless the cloaked criminals can fly over my property, if they leave footprints, well, they'll leave footprints, right? We'll know where they are if they leave footprints. Right? So let me see. Let me get out here. I don't want to get my feet all wet here, but here. This is what it looks like here, guys. Let me zoom it out. No, it's not pretty. I mean, I left New Jersey to get away from the snow. And I think it was the second year I was here, we had like 6 or 8 inches of snow. I said, this is ridiculous. New Jersey doesn't even have this much snow. But there are icicles dripping down the nonprofit cat building. And by the way, on the update on the dust, that dust is everywhere. It has landed on plastic. It's landed on their bedding. Even though I washed the covers of things with bleach and paper towels, it's nonstop. It's like falling everywhere. It's all over the windows. So we're going on, what, day 3 or day 4? Day 3 or day 4. This is the 4th day that I'm still cleaning that building because of all the dust that was deliberately sprayed there. And you know, I have a little hunch about the timing of it. The night before, I had posted a video, and I called out that biatch Maria, who lives in Barnegat, New Jersey, who claims that she's got a nonprofit cat rescue, but she doesn't. And she's the one who was stealing my cats and posting them on Adopt-A-Pet for sale. And I discussed that in a video, and then the next day, somebody entered the building when I was grabbing my mail and tree branches that had fallen. And somebody had been in and out of the cat building and sprayed all of that. But it's also because they know that, like, I clean that building. Like, I'm in there every day. I vacuum, clean the litter, feed the cats, wash their blankets. You know, like every other day I'm washing blankets in there. And they went in there and deliberately sabotaged all the work that I do in there. Just the way they do all over my property. Tearing down 3 greenhouses. Chopping up and burning my shrubs, my berry shrubs. Meanwhile, these people are idiots because when push comes to shove, if everybody else is not growing food and I am, well, guess who's going to share the food? But if I don't have it to share, can't share it. So they sabotage their own lives by sabotaging mine. They're idiots. They're morons. But I'm in the house. It's when I woke up, it was, let me see, what was it? I think it was 17 degrees. I think it was 17 degrees. The snow was falling. I actually set my alarm early. I wanted to get up early. So I woke up at 6 and I looked outside and there was really nothing going on. I figured, you know what? If this is all that it's going to be, even if it's like another inch, no big deal. I'm going to stay in bed for another hour. Well, that was a big mistake because by the time I got out of bed and got dressed and maneuvered to the buildings, I had to unlock another building to get my shovels and stuff. You know, I don't keep them in a garage next to my house because I don't have an attached garage. So I had to go get my shovel, unlock another building, trek through the snow, find a pair of snow boots, change coats. You know how it goes. All of this, though, I could have done yesterday if I had known or if I had the time, but I didn't because of the phone calls and the Zoom meeting, the chat with VRL. So anyway, I hope everybody's doing well. I'm going to give you an update on another thing that is really quite troubling. Last night before I went to bed, well, there are 2 things that are very troubling. One, I'll go into more detail when I have my other phone and my laptop and stuff, which, let's see. Yeah, I think I can get there. So I was online. Let me find it. And I have water hopefully boiling soon because I haven't had my coffee yet. But let me get over here. I don't want to show you all my emails here. So let me get you a picture that we can focus on. Okay, so let me see if I can find it. So I was watching a targeted person's video. And he's very chatty, he's very articulate. I just became aware of him within the last couple of weeks. You know, that he's a targeted person in, where is it, in Texas. So let me see if I can find it. I could play it for you.
Okay, this is going to sound a little nuts, but
these commercials are just getting out of control on YouTube. Let me see if I can find it now. It is, it's a hard to remember YouTube channel name. It's Houston, Texas. It's like Ochu 1981 Houston, Texas gang stalking. So he's recording a video. He's in his car. Oh, here it is. Okay, so he did respond. It was very disturbing. It's OCHUI Houston, Texas. So he actually sent. I said, I shared, why are you being detained? You need to get body cam footage for this. He responds. Now, I don't know where he is. Let's see. There's no obtainable body footage, exclamation mark. Trust me, I tried. And there is no lawyer that will help a TI with a lawsuit. I tried that too. The woman I was speaking of in the video was a police informant, parading around like a drug addict prostitute. You should have seen what she had on. She lied to the police and said I pulled a gun on her. Was my firearm out? He says yes. Did I point it at her? No. The police were well aware that I did nothing wrong, as they have drones that can see inside your vehicles. But they detained me for 45 minutes and I was never arrested but released on the scene. And the sergeant spent an additional 30 minutes chatting with me afterwards. My employer at the time gave me permission to park in front of his shop so as to alleviate the many police encounters that I was having in the area. He says, my ex-employer furthermore stated to be careful because there have been vehicle break-ins and robberies in the area, which is exactly what I thought was happening with me. The woman serving as a distraction while some dude may approach me from the other side while I'm not looking. So you see, it doesn't matter where I parked. The police are always on my tail. I'm not a criminal as most TIs aren't, but when you're in the program, depending on what level, the police are definitely involved. He says, my dad worked for the American Cancer Society back in the 1990s, and they killed him via DEWs, directed energy weapons, because he was going to the news about what he discovered about the C word. In part, this is one of the reasons this is happening to me and my family. But as I've said in previous videos, this has been going on since I was a child, but at lower levels. I can tell you more about my story over the phone, if you care to listen. Well, I'm just going to respond here. You know, I know that you listen to my channel, and I'm so sorry to hear what happened to you. I actually witnessed it. I saw it, and I was alarmed. I was concerned. I actually posted a link to your video on one of those police, one of those YouTube creators who research this stuff. So I posted a link in his comment section to take a look at it. But it was really disturbing to see that. I saw that you weren't doing anything wrong. And it's very disturbing that this happens to anyone, let alone targeted people who are erroneously placed on a list to be tortured. So I actually don't have time to speak to anybody on the phone. Most people don't realize what my life is like here and how difficult it is. It's not like, yeah, it was difficult in New Jersey, but I had everything in one house, I had everything set up. I had a nice big house, I had a fireplace, all my cats were in one place. I didn't have chickens then. I have a very busy life here. I do not have time to talk on the phone. I really don't. I save the talking on the phone to my close friends and my daughter. And I don't have a lot of time to talk to targeted people on the phone. You know, every once in a while I will. And then you know how it goes. It's not a 10-minute phone conversation. And it's usually more than a half an hour. I just don't have the time right now. And when I do, then I have no time to create any content, clean my house, or do the things that I actually need to do. So just know that that's the situation here. I've got a lot of responsibility. I don't have any assistance here. So I'm doing the best that I can. And actually, I do more than what I can. So I'm glad that you were not detained indefinitely. And that it was good that you had it on video. But it's interesting that there was no body cam footage. Isn't that against the law? Are they allowed to mute or turn off their body cams? Are police officers permitted to do that? I don't know. So, and thank you to the individual who says that, let me see if I can find it. I just read this morning that when she views my videos, it's so similar to a lot of the things that happen to her. Let's see. Let's see if I can find it. Just so you know, guys, we did have a lot of snow here. I don't know what the count is. It could be something like 5 or 6 inches, which is more than I like. It means that I have to shovel. If it's 1 or 2 inches, you know, I just walk through it, pat it down with my feet. But when there's this much snow, I actually have to shovel. And we're not talking about shoveling like a little driveway, okay? We're talking about shoveling from building to building. We're talking about shoveling out my chickens. You know, they need room to walk around their chicken coops. Their feet are very sensitive. They can get frostbite. And they also seem to get snow blinds. That's the only way I can describe it, is they'll come out, they'll see what's going on, they get very confused, they'll try to fly, and then they'll plop down like wherever it is, and they stay there, stationary, like in, in shock. That's the only way I can describe it, is like they're in shock, they're traumatized. And I witnessed last year one of my chickens do this, and she was literally immobilized. I had to physically go pick her up and move her because she wasn't going to move from where she was. She was totally snow blinded, traumatized. So that's what happens here. Whenever there's inclement weather here, I might have a little extra time after I'm finished with all the chores, but all of my chores here take a lot longer. Like, I have not even started to clean either one of the chicken coops. And I haven't done that because, one, it's freezing, and it took a long time to just shovel the paths and feed the cats and get in there and stuff. Change their water. Water freezing is a huge problem. Huge problem. I do have some water, electric water dishes that are plugged in, but they can't go everywhere. It's a big property. And I can't run, extension cords everywhere either. That becomes really cumbersome and not safe, especially with the criminals that like to twist and turn them. So, anyway, I was going to read something last night, and I'll see if I have time to read it later. And I'm going to give you the heads up. I started to read it on another video like weeks ago, but I can't locate it because it was probably tucked under reading something else. Okay, so this is a booklet called The Defense Against the Psychopath, A Brief Introduction to Human Predators, from the book The Art of Urban Survival by Stefan Verstappen. Okay, he's got a YouTube channel, and he's got some free downloads and stuff, and this 34-page booklet is a must-have. If you want to email me for a copy of the PDF, just write psychopath in the subject heading to alternativehomesteading@gmail.com. It is absolutely wonderful, wonderful book, and I will read some of it when I have some time. But anyway, this is Lorraine Alternative Homesteading. Please hit the thumbs up, and just know that I'm going to be very busy today. I mean, if I post anything else, it'll only be the chat with VRL because he's already got it recorded and I'll download it. But right now it's actually, I'm looking at it outside and there is light, wet snow coming down. Yeah, it's coming down steadily. But I'm going to sign off for now. I hope everybody's having a good day. Talk to you soon.